What's up everybody? So today I'm going to be installing some new lighting on the Yamaha R6. I have a new brake light which has integrated turn signals and everything in it, so we'll be eliminating these little things. And then we got flush mounts for up front. So here is the entire kit. Here is the smoke tail light, all LED, some cool features which you'll check out later in the video. And then the flush mount front turn signals. So in the end of the video I'll show you the before and after of what this looks like. That is going to be very, very cool. So let's begin the install by removing the seats and then getting this all off. So with that piece now off, it looks like I'm just gonna have to pop these little tabs right here and actually get the brake light out. So I've unclipped this wire right here. Now I'm gonna take these 4 bolts off right here just to get this piece off. Then I can unplug it and then slide the taillight right off. So now I'm going to take the new tail light. I'll go ahead and just plug it in to see how this works. This is just the same little connector. We'll see how the brake light looks. Alright, so you saw the brake light worked. It plugged and played just like it should. Now, one drawback of buying a used bike, of course, if you notice all of this mess of wiring, that is not factory. The white one, that is factory. But this is a giant mess that the previous owner did. So I remember when I bought it, he had told me that he had just got the turn signals working because they weren't working when he got it apparently. So yeah, I am dealing with someone else's brilliant wiring work, which I'm gonna then do my own custom wiring to make the new one work. But if your bike is fully stock, you will have this one, of course, for the brake light, and then you'll have 2 new ones for the turn signal. And looking at the new kit, so the turn signal brake light is here. I already have it plugged into these green ones, and then this big one that the kit's gonna come with, this would just plug right into what the bike has. So basically what I need to do, I'm gonna have to cut this little connector off and then figure out which set of wires is left and right, and then of these 2 wires, I gotta figure out which one goes to which one. So this wire right here goes to the little LED for the license plate, so I'm gonna tuck this guy away. Now we have one side for the left side, and then this is the right side. So basically I'm just gonna cut these 2 wires here, strip the ends, and do the same with the new kit, and hopefully I'm either gonna have them like this or like that, and hopefully if they are backwards it doesn't blow up anything. Here we go. There's one turn signal out, just little tiny weak bulbs in there. And again, if your bike is stock, all you have to do is plug in the new stuff to the old stuff and we would have been done with the rear end by now. 2 down, don't know which one is the positive or negative, if there are positive or negatives, but we got 2 down. So now with the new kit, here are the 2 ends. Now I don't know which one. We have a yellow and a blue. I don't know which one is left and which one is right. This one is left, obviously, although it technically doesn't make a difference because they could be in either way. So I guess it doesn't really matter which one's which, as long as the switch on the handlebars correspond with the right side, so shouldn't hurt anything. So now I just gotta strip one of these, try it with this, and see which side it goes to. All right, 2 down. Now we'll go ahead and just pair them up at random. No clue which one's which. Well, that works. And then nothing on the right side. I think I actually got it right. So that is exactly, this is gonna go like this, which means this is going left. So that's working. I actually got that right. That is awesome. And now this is the other side of the turn signal. And we are gonna cut these ones and then connect those two. And again, I do not know which one's which, although last time the black wire went to the black one and the yellow went to the brown one. So maybe this time black will go to black and blue will go to green. Good reasoning, we'll try that. All right, now that that is done, check out green to blue and then black to black. All right, there we go. So that is now all complete. Here is one side all wired together. Here's the other side. So these are for the turn signals. And now to install it, I'll go ahead and just unplug this and then unplug these two, which is all part of the new kit, this piece and that piece obviously. And then slide this back in this way and then get the wire back together all nice and tight and then put everything back together and then work on the front. So finishing up now, I got all the wires nice and tucked together. Did a little bit more electrical tape just to clean it up. But things are looking pretty good. It's getting a little bit later now. It took me a little while getting all the wires squared away, getting everything untangled, and then getting this back thing back on. The one screw just took forever to get back in. So we're gonna pick up tomorrow as we do the front, but that is all installed, looking very clean. I think the fitment's pretty good, just like stock. And if this was all stock wiring like it should have been, this would have been very, very simple, just plug and play, but of course I had to do a little bit of modifications. But it looks pretty cool. We'll go ahead and take a look at it one more time. So welcome back to the next day. I've already gone ahead and done the inside light just because it's a little bit harder to see this side. So they're not really flush mounts. They stick out about 1/2 centimeter or so, but I do like the look. I think it looks pretty cool. Go ahead and just show you the difference. So this is the running light. I'll show you how that's supposed to be wired. Obviously over here we have this giant one. And one thing kind of interesting, this one you really don't see too much from the rear angle. Obviously you see it from the front, but then this one you actually do see it every direction, so that is kind of cool. So to start off, we need to remove this fairing piece. We have a few Allen keys, one here, a little pin, one down there, and one further down. And then now there's one more tab right in here, just gonna push it and pull this little thing right out. Just another one of these. And that we just slide forward a little bit and this comes right off. So now we can pull this a little bit. It'll kind of pop off over here. And now here is the actual turn signal plug. And then actually remove the turn signal. There's a little bit of a rubber gasket in here. You want to pull this up and there's this plastic piece. This kind of just pinches its way right out. And then you're gonna smush this together, kind of making it smaller. Pushing it through the hole. Now here is what we got going on. So this has its own plug. Plugging this into the bike does nothing. So it comes with this resistor kit. Basically this piece right here is actually gonna plug into the light, and then this one is gonna actually plug to the bike. And then these two blue ones, if we connect them, it'll have the running light. If I leave these disconnected, there will be no running light, but it will be a turn signal. But I like the running light, so I'm gonna plug these together, and this will be a running light and a turn signal just like stock. So to now install the actual turn signal, we're gonna take off this little bolt right here, and then remove this little washer, and then just sliding the wire through it. It's basically just gonna mount just like that. We'll take that washer again, slide it back through that cable, and that's gonna hold the back side. And then we're gonna take that nut and just tighten it back on that post. And then use a pair of pliers just to tighten that bolt a little bit more. Don't need to go too crazy tight, but you of course want it tight enough to where nothing's gonna ever fall off. We're now gonna take the whole new wiring harness, we'll plug it right into the bike. Take these blue wires, connect them so we have a running light. And now take this one, plug it into the actual light. And the remaining wires and everything, I'm gonna just kind of tuck them in here. And this one I'm gonna make it angled that way just because I don't want water to get in here and somehow seep in and ruin anything. Putting it in just like that with the plugs towards the front away from the radiator. I don't want them to get too hot. And with the wires tucked nicely down in here, everything's good. I put that one little pop thing back in and then clip this inside back together. Now we'll just put the piece back on and tighten up the bolts. Alright, so everything is now completely installed. The fronts was very, very easy. That only takes you maybe about 10 minutes. And then the rear, if I didn't have to worry about the wiring that I had to do just because the previous owner, that would have taken like 15 minutes as well. So pretty simple, maybe a 30-minute job to knock it out. Overall, look really, really cool. I went with the smoked look, so it nicely blends in with the gray. Definitely gives it a really clean look. Those giant things sticking out, honestly, every time I pulled it in the garage, it would almost hit my car every time. So now that won't hit. Then coming down to the rear, super sleek looking. Smoked one again. Those little ones that I had there were horrible, and I lost a screw, so I gotta get a new plate screw. But definitely looks super clean. Go ahead and turn everything back on. So running lights. So you can nicely see them from every angle, that's pretty good. Running light for the brake light. I'll just do one turn signal. Well, there you go, everybody. That is how you install flush mount turn signals on the Yamaha R6. I'll have the link to this kit in the description below. You can go there, go to the website, and you can fill out your make, model, year of your bike and check out all the different cool parts they have for your own vehicle. Definitely a pretty sweet looking kit. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below. We'll see you all next video.